In this section, we're going to talk about session settings: open, close, high, mid, and low. Okay, so here we have our chart and we have our session drawn here in the box. And now we've added some lines. We have the high of the session here. And the way I have this line set up is that line will remain until price goes above the line. Then I have the middle of the range of the session, and that ends at the end of the session. And then in orange, I have the thing for the closing candle, in which I have it set up to close after the close to disappear after 3 candles. And then on the open line, I have it remaining until the open of the next session here, and then it'll go away on that last candle before the session opens. And on the low, I set it to extend for 8 hours past the close of the session. And so that puts it right here. And you can count the candles, but so you have a lot of flexibility on how you can manage the different lines and what you can display, but your options are the high, the middle of the session, the low, the open, so your open here, and your close here. So let me show you where to adjust these. Okay, so let's edit this. And let me show you where these settings are located. Okay, so the first one in the session settings we have is the open. And you can see that you have to set it to true so it'll display. And then you have a line length, which is here, and a line length factors. So in this case, with the session open, we just had it go until the beginning of the next session, so there was no need for a factor. The one took care of that. And we have quite a few different options for line lengths depending on your trading strategy, and you will get a complete list of all those, and in those you'll understand based on the type of line length whether or not there would be a line length factor associated with it. So we'll go down here to the close. It's the next one, and the line length factor is 7, which says extend the line X number of candles. That's what 7 means, and in this case I had it set at 3 candles. And if you notice, to help me remember all the different settings, I kind of put some logic in the labels. Okay, so here's the high. I had that set to 3, which means until price goes through the line. So there's no factor for that one. And you can see that I added, again, some details in my label here. And you may find that you need to play with your line transparencies a little bit. The default is 100 with 255 being the high. And we have some videos that talk about the display settings that will go into that further. Okay, then we have the mid line. And we just have that set to end at the end of the session. That's 0. And so there's no factor associated with that one. And then the low is the one that I have the line length of 14, which says once the session ends, continue to show the line for X number of hours. before you take it off the chart, and that number in this case is 8. So that gets you through those settings, and so hopefully that will help you understand those a little better.